Hi, welcome if you're a new viewer and welcome back if you're an existing subscriber. Today I'd like to talk about ProconWeb runtime licenses, specifically what we call embedded system runtime licenses, and even more specifically relating to purely Weidmuller hardware. So Weidmuller ProconWeb embedded system license lives on board the hardware, so it can either be the gateway, an IoT gateway like this, or it can be a WL2000 controller, or the larger M3000 or M4000 controller. In fact, it can also be embedded into some of our touchscreen panels as well. So runtime license basically means the license that's required to run the application on the physical hardware. So there's two types of license: development license to use the software on your Windows PC, and a runtime license to use it on the hardware. I've said this is specifically for Weidmuller hardware because you can also install ProconWeb embedded systems runtime license on third-party hardware. It's not purely Weidmuller products. So I think it'd be a good idea now to show you where you'd find the different licenses on the Weidmuller website. So let me show you that now. We'll provide a link to this web page on the YouTube video. So basically what we're looking at here is the Weidmuller eShop website, and we're looking at HMI and SCADA runtime licenses. To be fair, that title's a little bit misleading because it's HMI and SCADA. I would call it also embedded systems licenses. So if we look at the options here, HMI runtime for uOS. So uOS means Weidmuller hardware, which is running Codesys. Internally within Weidmuller is called uOS. So we click in here and you can look at the 12 different licenses. So look at the description: uOS, so only for Weidmuller, ProconWeb, embedded system, runtime, 500 tags, 2 clients. So you can see here there's various tag sizes. I think it's unlikely you'd need more than 10,000 tags and 5 clients. So just to clarify what we mean by clients, clients means how many different browser tabs will be viewing the visualization, because the visualization from ProconWeb is dished up on a HTML5 browser page. So you can have 5 different HMIs, for example, around your plant looking at the same project. Okay, so they're the ones we're concentrating on today because they're for uOS Weidmuller hardware. But if I go back a stage, so click on these, you can see the differences here. So these are what are known as ProconWeb SCADA licenses, and these run on a PC or IPC. Okay, so in the same vein as before, number of tags, number of clients. So we're not really going to be talking about those today, but I just want to make you aware of the differences. And if we go back again, HMI runtime for third-party devices. So if we click on that, so if you're using a third-party device which is running on a Linux, Docker, Windows-based environment, so quite flexible there, you can have these different licenses, and we go from 50 tags with 2 clients all the way up to 5,000 tags with 10 clients. So as I say, this could be in theory a Raspberry Pi, for example, which is running Linux, or it could be running in a Docker environment, or Windows, as I say, on a Windows PC. That's that variant. If we click back again, HMI runtime for UView advanced panels. So we've got a range of touch screens, the advanced range, and these have their own specific licenses as well. Okay, so that's the part numbers. So basically when you decide how many tags you need and how many clients you want, you just pick the appropriate part number for the license and order it. So now what I want to do is actually go online to a controller and show you how you would install those licenses. So let's do that now. So here I have one of the low-end controllers, a UC20 WL2000, and what we do is go into the ProconWeb embedded system, log in with the default password Procon as it says here, click in the settings, go to licenses, and here we see Weibo code meter default license type. So basically what it's allowing you to do is edit where your license is coming from or where it's associated to. So in this point, this device in the Weibo software license, it says here no valid license. Okay, and if I go to here, edit, I can pick, used to be able to pick LIC file, but that's been depreciated, it's no longer valid, it's for older versions of ProconWeb. You can run a demo license, save that, and you get an hour's runtime, but then you can just reboot the controller and restart it. You can still carry on developing your project while you're waiting for your license to be sent to you. Okay, but that's that one. So let me just switch it back to the Weibo license just to show you again that this product has no license installed there, no license. I have actually got a ticket for the free license that you're allowed with ProconWeb embedded systems when you're using a uOS controller. So I'm going to try adding that and see if it works. This ticket should have already been used. So it says following license was found, ProconWeb for uOS, details, ProconWeb tag, client driver. Okay, so I'm going to try adding it. Execute actions. I'm just curious because I know I've installed this ticket on another controller, so I just want to see if it works again. Bearing in mind it is a free version. It's for 250 tags and 2 clients, I believe. We'll soon see. So it's failed. HTTP failure response and internal server error. Not a great description of the problem. Let's give it one more try. All I would say is obviously the controller needs an internet connection to the public internet so that it can go to the Weidmuller servers and registers this ticket against this piece of hardware. So either it's not doing that, which I don't think is the case, or the actual problem is the license has been used once before and it won't let me use it again. No, didn't work. So let's finish. So I'll double check with my colleagues, but I believe it's because it's already been used once. Okay, so I have checked and I can confirm that that ticket didn't take because it had previously been used, so the error message wasn't particularly helpful. So as it would have it, I now have a new ticket. So I go back into settings, licenses within Procon and go to process licenses, and this is the text file that was attached to my license request, and I just copy that ticket, Control C that, put that into there, search for the ticket, and following license ticket blah 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 was found, click on there, and I can click into details and it tells me what I'm going to get. So I'm going to get all of these different licenses, so I get different drivers. So notice I get Modbus and Code Assist drivers and OPC UA. You don't get that many drivers, but you don't really need them for embedded systems. So then we say process ticket, execute actions, and just let it go. So obviously we need public internet connection for this to work because we're connecting to the Weidmuller servers to associate this license to the hardware. Okay, looking good. So that took about 2 minutes, maybe slightly less. I'll speed it up for you. Okay, so it all looks good. License activation, so I can just click in here and that gives me a green light on all those actions have been done, and we finish. There we go. So yeah, it took 2 or 3 minutes maximum. I can go back now and it says uOS Docker internal, and now I look down here and I have my different licenses, and I can click into the different elements, and you can see I've got 250 tags available. The project I'm using is using 52 by the look of it, and I've got Procon Cloud Connector and Procon Connect driver for CodeSys, Modbus and OPC UA. Okay, so hopefully that's been useful to you, and now you know how you add a ProconWeb embedded system license to your Videmul hardware. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you on the next video. Bye for now.